Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Student Worldwide. It's your boy Noel Fakane, and I'm shooting here in my room. And I'm about to go for a little workout, and I just thought I should just shoot a little quick video and just to share with you guys some insight I got reading this amazing book by a Harvard professor called The Story of the Human Body. And in this book, Lieberman talks about our ancestors, hunter-gatherers, and how we've evolved literally over millions and millions of years from a different kind of species to what we now have, or what we now are, which is Homo sapiens, human beings, human race. And he talks about the evolution and the evolutionary challenges in which your and I ancestors had to face, really, in the struggle for survival. And a lot of it, really, what I picked up while reading this book was the ability to push beyond limits. Because had our ancestors been people who, when faced with limits, cowered or just gave in and just said, you know what, this is not possible, you and I wouldn't be here. But instead, they were people who, even though, it was hard, because remember, you and I evolved, our ancestors evolved just to eat fruit, and at a certain stage, they started developing a propensity to start eating meat and flesh, and that meant hunting. And remember, back then, tens of thousands, millions of years ago, you had lions, saber-toothed tigers, and other predators that were already highly concentrated competition in the struggle for hunting, prey and meat. So our ancestors, millions of years ago, didn't have any tools, didn't have any type of modern resource that would help them become better hunters, but they still did it. They found a way. One of the things they used before developing modern weapons or spears and stuff like that to hunt is endurance hunting. So what they do is they would track an animal separated from the herd and track it down through running long distances, sometimes days at a time, just so they could hunt it down and catch it. And what I learned from that is ingenuity. Human ingenuity is by far the biggest resource you and I have. And now we have a problem. One of the things he talks about in this book is, calls it evolutionary mismatch theory. You and I are facing a mismatch where those people were in an environment that demanded them to excel, that demanded them to get on a higher platform, that challenged them. And now you and I are in the modern world. I got my computer, I got my room, my grandma's here, she cooks for me, cleans my stuff. And that's making me weak, that's making me soft genetically. Prosperity is killing you and I. So my hypothesis after reading, Lieberman's book is that you and I have to look for areas in our life where we can put pressure on ourselves, where we can put enough, pressure on ourselves so that we can reach our potential, that we can rise above and set the stage for others that come after us. If we don't do this, we will live lives, as Henry David Thoreau once said, I think a couple of centuries ago, where he said that the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. If you and I are not careful and we're not pushing ourselves, we're not doing what's difficult, we're not going next level, always, we will live lives of quiet desperation. So one takeaway from this book is that don't be afraid of adversity. Don't be afraid of challenge. Don't be afraid to step outside the bounds and do something that's different, that's unique and extraordinary. Because nobody who's remembered did something that's average or ordinary. So that's what I wish for you, really, watching this. I wish you become somebody who gets inspired by this, and you go up and you rise above the status quo. You set the bar. You raise the standard that other people will be measured against. Why not you? People ask me why you do what you do, why do what I do. I say, why not? That's an equally good enough question, because I don't know, really. I'm not very religious, for those of you who know me, but I believe that there is a higher destiny and a higher calling, and not all things are coincidence. So find areas in your life where you can put enough strain and pressure on yourself so that you can develop and become a better person, because there is no happiness without adversity and overcoming it. We can try a lot of stuff, momentary happiness, me drinking a beer, getting an orgasm, driving a nice car, this and that. But there is no happiness without conquering adversity. Okay, so I'd like to hear your thoughts on this video. Where's areas in your life where you are going to seek the adversity and try to overcome it? Okay, and thanks so much, and see you guys next time.